what's the matter?
Hey, I just woke up and I am certainly not going to sit here and worry about whether or not my pajamas that only I'm going to see are goth enough. I've been wanting to do this video for a long time now because I think humans as a species are observational creatures. We learn by observing in whatever way we're able to observe others, and we also learn by making mistakes. Now, I'm sure a lot of people who will eventually watch this video have already made the mistake of assuming what a day in the life of someone with chronic pain, chronic illness, a disability is like. But chances are you're very wrong, and you'll be hopefully a little bit surprised by this video. I'm going to show you as much as I can by myself, and what I mean by that is obviously things like getting down the stairs I'm not going to be able to film because the likelihood of me dropping my phone is pretty high, which is frightening. Just know that in a previous video I explained how I get up and down the stairs. There's multiple ways that people with disabilities can get up and down a flight of stairs. Some people get a stair lift of some kind, and if that's not in your budget or you're waiting for yours, you either get carried if your partner or someone you live with is strong enough, or you kind of just butt scoot down your stairs, and that's about it, really. Right now I'm in the butt scooting down the stairs stage, and if I'm too weak for that, I get carried. One more note before I get any further into my day today. It's very difficult to call anything like this, for me or anyone in my shoes, a day in the life of video, because the truth of the matter is, when you have chronic pain and when you have a chronic illness that makes you disabled, every day is completely different. You can try to be as schedule-oriented as you want, and it is important to be schedule-oriented. When you are disabled, it just makes your life so much easier. But sometimes something's just going to throw a huge wrench into your plans, and my day changes based on how much pain I'm in or how sick I am that day. So today I say is a pretty moderate day. Like, I do have some discomfort, but I'm okay enough that I'll be able to do things like if I have to go to the grocery store, I can do that. If I need to get work done, which I do, I can do that. I can feed myself. I'm able to do most things alone today. If you need to see a better example of a day in the life of a chronically ill, disabled person on a bad day, look at any of my chronic pain diaries and you'll see that. But I've had enough of talking up here for now. I'm going to get myself ready, get downstairs, and you'll see the rest of my day as I go. I'm on my staircase now. I'm going to do my very best to kind of show you how I get down the stairs so you can understand it better. But once I get to this point in my morning where I'm ready to get downstairs, something I've discovered recently was that no matter how big my pockets were, I was really struggling to get everything I need for the day downstairs. So what I've begun to do now is anything that I had to bring up the night before that I need for today, I put it in a backpack, put that on my back, obviously, and I shuffle down with it. And that way I know that I have everything that I need for the entire day. I won't have to keep crawling up and down the staircase, and it was nice and easy to take down with me. Now, the size of backpack is going to potentially vary day by day. It certainly does for me. Like today, I actually didn't really need one. All I have is my phone and my phone charger and my headphones, because I was able to leave my laptop and everything downstairs last night because I didn't need it by the time I went to bed. However, obviously, you would probably need a full-size backpack if you did need to take down something like that. So think about investing in a couple different sizes of backpacks. Right now I have one of those little tiny purse type ones, and I have a regular size like school backpack. And regardless of what you identify as, don't get hung up too much on, oh, the smaller one is a purse. You're the only one who's going to see it, you know. You're just using it to get up and down a flight of stairs each day. It's not like you're taking it out with you anywhere. Don't get too hung up on the little details like that. So here I am. This is how my staircase works. I have 3 up here, and then you just kind of turn and there's those ones. It's kind of funny because when we were first looking at this house, my roommates and Phoenix weren't really sure about it because of these stairs. But I was like, honestly, guys, it's not going to be that big a problem because they're so steep. They're steep enough that you can really just kind of slide down them pretty effortlessly. And that's what I do. I mean, you just kind of push yourself forward. See, that shake right there? That's exactly why I can't film this whole thing, but you get the idea. Now I've gotten down and into my living room. We don't spend too much time in this room unless I'm filming a video here because the light is better, or unless we have company and we need a little extra space. But what's wonderful is, again, if you saw my house from the outside, you'd see it's a very, very small looking house, but it's really wide open. Like, there's a lot of space for me to get through, whether I'm crawling, whether I'm trying to use crutches, whether I'm using my wheelchair, which is wonderful because unfortunately, again, my most recent pain flare knocked me off course a little bit. I have more permanent damage now than I did before, and as a result, I'm in a wheelchair like probably 90% of the time now, which sucks, but as you can see, very open floor plan right there. And then again, this shelf is built into the ceiling and the floor. You can't take it down. It's another thing that they were really, really worried about when we first moved here, but lots of space to get through that way. Lots of space to get through that way as well. And then you've got my kitchen right there, which is really convenient. Got my tea now, and I'm all situated in my spot that you usually see me in the family room / we like to call it the game room. And this is a point where my full day generally begins. I'm sure you can hear that in the next room. Before I decided to just get into my comfy chair, I put some laundry in, and again, I'm very lucky that the washer and dryer this house came with are very low to the ground and easy for me to access. Checking back in. I look pretty different now, don't I? I got off of my phone call with Phoenix a little while ago, which is always really nice. It's nice to hear from her in the middle of the day so I'm not completely alone the whole time. And then I got myself all ready for the day, and it's about 5 to 2 in the afternoon right now. So basically, now that I've cleaned the house, I've gotten myself all ready for the day, I've talked to Phoenix, I've done all that, pretty much the remainder of my afternoon is going to be spent just working on art because, as many of you know, most of my income comes from doing a graphic novel series with Phoenix, and when you only have 2 people working on that and you need to get an entire book done every 4 months that is over 100 pages, it takes some time to illustrate all of that. And then once Phoenix gets home, I will be preparing dinner for everybody. Speaking of, my lunch was a bowl of steamed vegetables. That's typically one of the few things I can actually eat without feeling completely sick, but it also depends on the vegetables. Although it gets very confusing sometimes when I'm trying to buy them because some of them are plain and some of them come with this honey glaze, and honey is one of those weird issues in veganism that causes a lot of problems within the vegan community because you have half the people saying don't eat honey, that it's not cruelty free, that it's not vegan because bees aren't treated very well when people are harvesting honey. But then the other side of the issue, what face was that? Uh-oh, sneeze, oh no! Get it out! Is he gone? False alarm. Anyway. Stop looking like that. The other half of the argument is that
those people are completely wrong, and that as long as you're getting it from a place that actually takes care of the bees, it actually aids in their conservation. So it's one of those gray veganism areas where you just kind of have to do your own research and abide by what you feel is best for you. So off I go to do some art, and I'll check back in with all of you guys later.
Okay, so the rest of my daily vlog didn't go quite as planned because Phoenix got home from work and informed me that she needed to prepare for a job interview that she has tomorrow, and it's going to be a really big opportunity for her if she can manage to get that job. So I spent quite a while kind of coaching her in interview questions since I have 7 years-ish of HR under my belt, so I like to help people with that stuff whenever I can. So we did that, and then we played Mario Kart for a couple hours. Obviously I couldn't do a video of that because I couldn't have driven then. But now it's nighttime and I am going to clean my makeup brushes, take my makeup off, get my teeth brushed, and then go up to bed. Now I do suffer from something that I call painsomnia, which means that I have to take a ton of melatonin, and even then sometimes I'm just laying up in the bed for 3 hours not sleeping, so hopefully I have a better night than that. And the other thing I like to do each night is lay out everything I need for the next morning. That makes things so much easier when you are disabled, because you never know each day how you're going to be doing. I could be fine tomorrow, I could be moderate tomorrow, and I could wake up in so much pain that I can't even move them from the bed. So I like to put everything in that backpack I mentioned earlier and take it upstairs with me so I don't have to worry tomorrow. I bring up drinks, I bring up snacks, I bring up anything I could potentially need to get through the day if I get stuck upstairs. And after that, I will check back in with you in the morning when I wake up.
I know I look bad. It's actually the second day of this vlog series now, and this isn't the makeup I did for today. I'm not that bad at it. It's actually what's left over from last night, and I know that's bad, and I don't usually do that, but I was exhausted. I mean, there's only so much you can do sometimes. Reason I'm up and dying right now is that I just finished helping Phoenix get ready for her job interview today. I actually woke up at 5 a.m. after waking up on and off pretty much all night long, and I was like, screw it, she has to be at the door by 7. There's no point in going back to sleep. I may as well just help her get ready. So that's what I did. We were quite literally like running, flying, scooting, whatever we could through the entire house, getting everything that she would need for it, all of her preparations. She wanted me to do her makeup so she would look, you know, nice and professional for it and everything. So yeah, I just spent the last few hours flying around the house, making sure she had everything she needed, because we were not going to have enough time to get anything to her if she didn't, because the job interview is at 1. It's literally right after her usual lunch break, which means she pretty much has to be on a shuttle her entire lunch break in order to get there in time for that interview. So I am exhausted. That is one thing about if you are a disabled person, especially one with chronic pain or chronic illness, if you do shit like this, where you make yourself fly through the house until you feel like you're about to die, this definitely has toasted my body for the day. I am going to be confined to this chair for the remainder of today. I'm not going to be able to do anything else besides, you know, maybe go to the bathroom, and that's about it, because I am depleted. I don't have 0% battery. I have like negative 12% battery right now. But this is the thing, like, I've had a lot of people who get in my face and get really frustrated with me for doing stuff like this, because they're like, you're going to be paying for it all day and potentially tomorrow, and I'm like, I'm aware of that, but sometimes you have to pick and choose your battles. In this case, it was worth it because it's something that can benefit all of us in this house, and if that's the case, sometimes you just have to kind of suck it up and deal with it. I just realized Pooh Bear has been in this vlog quite a bit. Hi, Papa. Hi, Papa. He's the cutest in the whole world. So just checking in because I'm having an early lunch. I do not eat the way that you're technically supposed to because I physically am unable to. I typically somewhere usually between 10 and 11 o'clock, eat what would be considered my version of a lunch. And after that, I just kind of maybe micro meal throughout the rest of the day if I'm able to. So today, I've got a bowl of rice with vegetables in it. Rice typically doesn't tend to give me any problems in the digestive area. So I like my rice and I like vegetables. I try to get my protein that way with beans and stuff. So that's what I'm going to have for lunch. And I'm having a lot of trouble with eating lately. Actually, since a long time. I've always had trouble eating well. In school, I used to get into a lot of trouble with my teachers because they'd be like, "You didn't eat your lunch." I'd be like, "I can't, I'm going to throw up." So, yeah. But that's kind of what I'm going to be munching on for a while. It looks like a lot more than it is. I tend to put it in a big bowl so that I can kind of spread it out because when it looks like a big lump, it's kind of intimidating. So I'm going to enjoy that and then check back with you again later. I finally washed my face. And in case you can't hear, which I'm sure you can, this mic is doing a pretty good job. I got some laundry in, I had my lunch, I got a little more work done. I'm taking a break right now. One, because Photoshop is being super weird to me right now. I don't know what's going on. I've been having an issue since last night with it kind of on and off, but it's making it very difficult for me to get any work done, which is fun because as it stands right now, in order to get this book done on the date I'm hoping to, I need to complete at least pretty much 4 pages a day right now, which is a lot. For any of you who are not the artistic types, typically speaking, it can take up to 8 hours to complete one painting, and I'm trying to do 4 per day right now, so it's going to be busy, it's going to be crazy. The other reason I'm taking a break is that it is now 1:38 in the afternoon, and at 1 o'clock, Phoenix went to begin her job interview, and I am nerve-sighted. I fully believe in her. I honestly think that she's gonna nail it, but it's hard to not be a little bit nervous about this just because I'm not there. I can't gauge what these people are like. I don't know what they're asking her. I hope that with my own HR experience, the questions I asked her last night accurately reflected what she's being asked today. Hopefully I did all that right for her. So right now I'm taking my little break from work for a minute, and while I'm taking a break, I'm thinking of some new video ideas. I know that I haven't done a witchy video on here for a little while, and I'm kind of torn between 2 ideas, so I think I'm gonna put something up on Instagram where I ask you guys which idea you guys like better to see kind of what people are interested in hearing about. So, yeah. I know that I'm checking in kind of frequently, which obviously I wouldn't be, stopping this often on a typical day, but I hope you can see how busy my day actually is, and maybe this is helping you kind of understand better that we don't just sit on the couch and do nothing all day and play video games or watch movies and Netflix and that's all our existence is, because that still is a really bad generalization that we have to hear a lot, and it's completely untrue. We're very busy all the time, sometimes with multiple projects like I am right now. Speaking of which, I really need to get back to it.